Seth Rollins is going to face off against Dean Ambrose, and actually the number two, maybe number three match that I'm most excited about watching because above all, I am interested in the Intercontinental title match. And then it sort of depends, the world title one or this one, leaning more towards this one being the second match that I'm interested in. Ambrose is in a really good spot now in WWE. I mean, he's been getting a lot of steam, opposite of what we were just talking about in the last part with the Wyatts losing a little bit of steam. Ambrose is doing great for himself. Seth Rollins is doing really good for himself. And for that matter, fucking Roman Reigns is. I mean, the Shield are just killing it right now. So, Ambrose and Rollins, I think, are going to have the best match of the night. And I'm really excited to see where they take this afterward, too, because I think this still has a lot of legs to it. Rollins will probably win here, if not just because he has the money in the bank, and if he lost, they might not really be into that idea of him cashing in or something, but I could see Rollins winning and Dean Ambrose coming back again, doing the cash-in thing and stopping that as retribution for it more than anything else. Who are you going with?
This is a toughie, but I'm going with Seth Rollins, and I think that Dean Ambrose will win at the end of the feud. So I'm going to agree with you and say it'll probably be the best match of the night, and I wouldn't expect Seth to cash in on this evening.
Not even to attempt?
Maybe to attempt, but it'll get stopped by Ambrose. But I'm not sure that we're even going to see this match since we've heard nothing as far as Seth Rollins' update goes.
I think the last update was that he's fine.
Oh. Did they fix his paw?
Might be. It was an awful nudge, so. Miguel, who do you think's winning here, Rollins or Ambrose?
I don't know. It can go either way. If it were SummerSlam, I'd probably say Ambrose just because I know that they probably want to give people, the happy ending. But like I said, whoever wins this one will probably end up getting their win back at the next pay-per-view. So it's really hard to say because they could easily have it be Rollins wins here and then loses at the next pay-per-view or vice versa because they both pretty much seem to want to push both guys just as strong. So I'm probably going to go with Seth Rollins just to take the safe pick because Seth Rollins obviously is a member of the Authority, so the fix might be in on him more than Ambrose.
Now, Sean, you're a big supporter of Seth Rollins. Do you think he's winning here?
Yeah, he's definitely winning. And it's because Kane is going to interfere. This is going to be the match of the night. 30 minutes. And yeah, then at the end of the night, Rollins is going to try to cash in. Ambrose stops him. And then we have a match at SummerSlam where Ambrose wins. And then Rollins cashes in later on in the night to beat bloody Roman Reigns for the title at SummerSlam. That's my prediction. Cash on it.
It's going to be a curtains match at SummerSlam.
Just for the blinds.
It's blinds, yeah. God damn it.
Peyton, who's winning here? Rollins, Ambrose, Kane?
I would expect a Rollins victory. I think the beatdown on Ambrose is going to be the explanation for him being a little bit weaker going into the match and make an easy win for Rollins.
So where do you guys think this is going to go for SummerSlam? Because if you don't do just a standard gimmick match between the two, like a last man standing or a street fight or something like that, you kind of need to put something in there. What I'm really hoping for, and I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know, because they've done it in the past, I would like to see Dean Ambrose face Seth Rollins for the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam, and maybe even win it. But what would you do for SummerSlam to make this feud go on longer? Let's go in that same order again. Wago?
As far as this match goes, you have Seth Rollins wins by dirty means, and then Dean Ambrose continues to try and fuck with him. And I'd love for them to build up a stipulation where Dean Ambrose can win the contract. But here's the issue that you have. Why would Seth put it on the line unless it's going to be one of those stipulations where if I win, you leave the WWE and you stop being a crazy bastard and fucking my career up, and if you do that, put that on the line, I'll put the contract on the line. So that's the only way I can see they can do something like that, unless they have a face GM come out and try and screw with Seth, which I don't imagine happening. So that's the only thing I would do if I could make that match happen.
I really thought you were going to say Seth wins with 30 means and Ambrose wins with 30 deeds. I was really expecting that.
When I said it, I was like, oh wait, he's got a finisher called Dirty Means. Dirty Deeds, and then I couldn't think of anything to go with it.
Done dirt cheap.
Miguel, how would you book these two for SummerSlam?
If the plan is to have them go against each other in some type of matchup for the briefcase, I could see Ambrose then winning this pay-per-view and then Seth winning at the next one. Like I said, it's WWE's even Steven booking style. I just don't see them jobbing out either guy twice in a row. So it all depends on who wins this matchup. I mean, if it's Seth Rollins winning this matchup, then I could see a rematch, but I could see it be like under maybe cage rules or something, or just a regular street fight. If it's Ambrose, then I could see them maybe using that, saying Ambrose won, so he gets to choose their rematch and he gets to throw that stipulation out there, and just some type of contrived way to where they put the belt on the briefcase on the line and Seth wins. So it's all going to depend. The direction that they go is all going to depend on who wins this matchup. Because like I said, it's got to be even Steven.
Sean, what would you do?
What would I do? I'd keep the fucking briefcase on my fucking bloke. That's what I would do. But I tell you what match I would like to see at SummerSlam between these two. And that is an I Quit match. Like the John Cena and JBL I Quit match. Back in the day. Back when John Cena was relevant. And
When he was
awesome.
an underdog, yeah, I liked him then.
Yep. You know, because I'm a 30-year-old who plays Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not actually 30, by the way. I'm only 24. I'm 25 next month.
Yeah, none of us are 30 yet. And none of us play Dungeons and Dragons, I think, so.
Well, I still play with Legos.
Well, Legos are kind of awesome, so.
Not when you step on them.
That's true.
Oh, that would be a good match. A Lego match. That would be class.
Like
You know
one of
what,
those
that's
Mick Foley matches where he used to put out all the thumbtacks. He just pours a bunch of Legos, and they're like, "Oh fuck, it's Legos!" Like,
Yeah, that's going to be my gimmick if I get into wrestling. I'm just going to bring out a bag full of Legos.
you know what would really suck to that match though? The build to it. All right.
your
Before I
bad
do
ones,
any
only
more
your bad
stupid
ones.
ass Lego puns, Peyton, how would you book this match between the two of those at SummerSlam?
This would require a bit of rebooking because I know this is not even remotely in their plans, but I think the money match that you would have wanted to have for SummerSlam would have been the implosion of the Shield. And you should have had all three members face each other in a triple threat. Now, whether you want to put the briefcase in that, whatever. However you want to make it happen, make it happen. But if you didn't do this on the big stage at SummerSlam, you're just probably never going to do it because they're not going to do it at WrestleMania next year. By the time you get to any other big name pay-per-view, it's going to be irrelevant anymore. People are barely even going to remember the Shield. So that's what I would have done.
Well, now with this, the way that it's turned out, what do you think that they should do? Just a standard, like, gimmick match?
I don't even see a reason for them to extend the feud. I would say have Rollins win and then have them go their separate ways.
We have two other matches to talk about. AJ Lee versus Paige is coming up in part 11. Then part 12, we're going to talk about the WWE title. And then we're going to do Fantasy League, and then that'll be it. So we will see you then.